Hey, welcome to another episode of Let's Learn. Today I'm looking at Small Bump by Ed Sheeran. This was requested by a couple people actually. I haven't listened to it yet, but it's Ed Sheeran, so I figure it's probably not going to be anything, any dubstep or anything like that. Okay, so let's just get right to it. I'll put a link to the video I'm following just in the description below so that if you don't have it downloaded or wherever, you can listen to it. Yeah, let's go. Okay, so right there, I'm just listening to the roots as I always do. So it sounds to me like the first note is, and it sounds minor. So what you could do is basically a G minor. So it's like an E minor, but it's up on 3rd fret. So you just bar up there, and that would be your first chord. However, it sounds like the next root. I think it's a D. Yep. Okay, so the way this is going down is you have a G, and then D, and E flat, and then whatever that is, B flat, A, G. And you know what, this is going to be a lot easier. Instead of doing a whole bunch of bar chords, let's just take a capo and put it on 3, because now we don't have to bar that. Now we can just do that like an E minor, and the next chord we can do this B minor, and then C major, and then G, and then one of these D over F sharps. So it's just normal D major, and then use your thumb to do what would be an F sharp. Technically that's an A because we have the capo, but okay, so now let's just get the rhythm down. So listen to it one more time. Okay, so it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So when it goes to the B, it's syncopated. So 1, 2, 3, 4, ba, ba, ba. So I did that wrong, but I'll play along with it here, and you can kind of see how it fits. And I'll count out loud also, so you can kind of work out the timing for yourself. Okay, so the chorus here we have, it sounds like after we had the G ending on the verse there. So the verse again is, okay, so after the last time you do that, you're gonna go to an A minor. Again, because of the capo, I'm calling it A minor, but again, technically that's actually a C minor. Again, doesn't matter, just play it like an A minor, it'll be fine. Okay, so your chorus is just the A minor, C major, G major, and then probably that. I don't think we've listened far enough to hear that, but that chord would make sense. So, Okay, so it actually just stays on the G. So it's just A, C, G. Okay, easy enough. Don't worry about the picking. I mean, I'm really just kind of making it up, but you can do a little hammer on, like, you can do that, and that sounds good. On the C, you can lift that finger, so I guess your second finger, you can lift and do hammer on and stuff. That sounds good. So I'll dial it back a little bit and we can play along again with it.
Whisper quietly, give you nothing but truth. If you're not inside me, I'll put my future in you. You are my one.
Alright, now we're back in the verse.
And you can wrap your fingers round my thumb and hold me tight. You are my one and only. You can wrap your fingers round my thumb and hold me
Now,
tight.
I guess I should mention, whoops. I should mention, you might notice that I'm doing little variations of the chords here. You don't have to do that, but I think it sounds cool. So instead of just normal E minor, I'm doing this. Okay, so basically it's like a normal E minor. And I'll try to get a little closer here so you can see. But this note I've bumped up 2 frets, so it's basically open 2 and 4. 1, 2, 3, yeah, 4. And then I'm also putting my second finger on the third fret of the B string. And the cool thing about that is that your next chord is a B minor, which you're pretty much already on. You've just changed the root note. So if you're having trouble with the transition, maybe, that could be a good way to do it. And then the C, what I've been doing is I've basically left that finger where it is. I've bumped the pinky down a string and used my second finger to get the actual C note, so 3rd fret on the A string. And then my index finger I've put on the 2nd fret of the G string, and it sounds like this. You don't have to do that, but if you get tired of the normal C, or if you get tired of doing a C9, which is probably what he's doing here, and what's sort of pretty common, you can mix it up and try this chord here. So again, basically the frets are 3, 4, 2, and 3 again. And your index and your pinky finger, you can actually flip those if you wanted to. So like with your index on the D string and your pinky on the G, you could switch that so your pinky is on the D string and your index is on the G. So the difference would sound like this. Here's one way, and there's the other way. Again, this isn't a very hard song, which is why I'm showing all these variations. Just if you're doing an acoustic show and you want to try out some new things. So all that to say, and the chorus. Again, that's just the A, and then the C, and then down to a G. Okay, so I'm going to play out the rest of the song. It's a long one, it's like 4 minutes. But there's probably like a bridge or something later on. I don't know. We'll get there when we get there. Let's see.
And you'll be alright. Ooh, you're just a small bump, I know. You'll grow into your skin with a smile like hers and a dimple beneath your chin. Fingernails the size of a half grain of rice, and eyelids closed till they soon open wide as small. In 4 months you'll open your eyes, and I'll hold are my one.
Sorry, I think it might actually go to the D at the end there. 1 second.
I'll put my future in you.
Okay, so that last chord, sorry, I missed this the previous time, but in your choruses, the last chord, instead of going back to the G, it does like a D major, but it's similar to the G in the sense that you have, I'll get a little closer again, your pinky is going to be down on 3rd fret. So normally like your G, you have these 2 fingers over on 3, and those are going to stay there, but the rest of your shape is like a D. So in other words, open D string, 2nd fret on G, and then 3 and 3 on B and E. Okay, so I'll just dial back so we can listen to the chorus again, and you can see how that fits in.
Tightly, I'll tell you nothing but truth. If you are not inside me, I'll
So this time we're going to go to the D.
future in you. You are my one
Back to the verse.
and only. And you can wrap your fingers round my thumb and hold me tight, and you'll be alright. And you can lie with me with your
Okay,
tiny
so
feet.
now we're into the bridge. Okay, so we'll dial back and start it again and have a little listen.
And you can wrap your fingers round my thumb and hold me tight, and you'll be alright. And you can lie with me with your tiny feet. When you're half asleep, I leave you be right in front of me for a couple weeks, so I could keep you.
Okay, so as always, just listening to the roots. It sounds like D, C, E, G. Okay, so those are all chords we've already used, so we already know if they're major or minor. We know the D is major. And you can do the pinky down or off if you want. I think for now I'm going to leave it off. And then I'm going to do a C. Again, you can do any of those variations of C if you want. There's a million ways to do C, and they all sound pretty cool. But after that, E minor, and then G. Okay, so we'll go again, and we can get the timing down, and we'll be good to go.
When you're half asleep, I leave you be right in front of me for a couple weeks, so I could keep you safe.
Okay, in the end of the bridge there, instead of going back to the D to do all this end, this time it goes back to the C, and then D. And then, let's see what happens after that.
'Cause you are my one
Okay, back to the verse.
and only. You can wrap your fingers round my thumb and hold me tight. You are my one and only. You can wrap your fingers round my thumb and hold me tight. You'll be alright. 'Cause you were just a small bump unborn for 4 months, then torn from life.
Same thing here. So,
Maybe you were needed up there, but we're still unaware. That's why.
okay, so at the end there, again, it's sort of the same thing. The song kind of stretches out and slows down, so you might notice that the timing is a little bit different. But it is still the same pattern, so it's just the E, B, C, G, G, D over F sharp. Okay, and that's the whole thing. So to reiterate, your verses, E minor, B minor, C major, G, G, D over F sharp. And then your chorus, A minor. Sometimes I like to do an A minor 7, which is the same thing, but you just take off your ring finger. So here's A minor, here's A minor 7. Really similar. But you do that, Oh yeah, and then the bridge section. Okay, so the bridge is D, C, E minor, G. You do that a couple times. It's either 2 or 4 times, I don't remember, but it's easy to tell. At the end, go to the C, and then the D. And back to the verse. Alright, and that's the whole song. So, very cool. That's the first time I've listened to that song, but I really like it. So thank you for suggesting that and making the request. I always like when you guys request songs I haven't heard before and expose me to new bands. Okay, so if that helped you out, hit the like button below. That helps me out. And if you want, hit subscribe, and you'll see more of this next week. Alright, see you next time.